a lot to talk about. The stuff I wrote down, I was going to talk about. We can save that for tomorrow. Breaking news: Tom Thibodeau has been fired by the New York Knicks. Idiots! The Knicks are idiots. I'm sorry. This is a stupid move. This is why the Knicks will not win anything unless they get Michael Malone. This is a complete failure. Look, you can say what you want about the bench because we're getting straight into this. Because the Knicks, there's no doubt in my mind this had to be Dolan. This had to be Dolan. This is why the Knicks will not win anything. You built a team to beat the Boston Celtics. Thibodeau did that. This and not only that, this is the same coach that won consecutive 50-win has had consecutive 50-win seasons, first time since the Ewing era, the 90s. He's made the playoffs 4 of his 5 years. Uh there. Uh he's the winningest coach to come through there in 25, 30 years, probably since Van Gundy. And he helps you make the East Finals for the first time in 25 years. You lose in a tough 6 games and you fire him. You fired him because he did not play enough guys, I guess, even though he did. Okay, the Knicks bench, sorry, was not that good. It's Deuce and Mitch, and that's it. And campaigns mid. Sorry. He didn't play those guys because he did not trust those guys. Who, be real, who is playing Landry Shamet and DeLon Wright? And DeLon Wright's fine as a defender, but as an offensive player, it's kind of a little bit I guess they're decent players, but Indiana's bench was always going to be better. But it's not even that. If they had lost in the first round, okay, this coming, I understand. If they had gotten swept or lost in 5 games to Boston, understand. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals and they lost in 6 games. And you're firing him? This is a disgrace. Are we serious? And then you're going to have New York media try to justify this. I hope somebody like Mad Dog Russo goes on First Take tomorrow and absolutely destroys the Knicks organization for this move. This move is dumb, and you know it. It's stupid, and you know it. You know this doesn't make any sense. We're going to fire Tom Thibodeau because we, the front office, did not give you a bench. That is not, you did not play your bench, but we didn't really give you a bench. We made the trade we gave up Mikal Bridges for 5 first-round picks. I don't think Tibbs asked for that. Tibbs did not ask you to trade Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo for Cat. He did not ask you to let go of Isaiah Hardenstein. He did not ask you to let go of Bojan Bogdanovic. He did not ask you to let go of Alec Burks. These are things that the Knicks front office did that I guarantee you Thibodeau probably did not ask for. But he's the scapegoat, even though he took them to the East Finals anyways. He's the scapegoat. So what? We're going to bring in Michael Malone, the same guy that just got fired from Denver unjustly, by the way. Yes, he's won a championship, but you know why he won it? Because he had Joker and he had depth. He has neither now. So what? He's going to go out here with this same team and win, right? If they hire Mike Malone and they run this back, and if they don't make the East Finals, I am going to laugh at this organization because this is stupid. And I like Mike Malone. I think he'd actually be a good fit. But the reason they did not win is because they did not have enough depth. That's what it came down to. The reason they did not win, and even if they made the finals, what, you're gonna fire him after you get smoked by OKC? Because that's what was going to happen. This is an embarrassment. We're gonna fire Tom Thibodeau after he got to the East Finals for the first time in 25 years. This is why organizations like the Knicks can't have long-term success, because they make these impulse decisions. Where do the Knicks get off in pulling stuff like this and getting away with it? This can't. If this was Leon Rose, respectfully, I don't know what you're doing. We are fine. I don't know what Brunson. I don't know who this came from, because I guarantee you Brunson and Hart don't like this. They guaranteed they don't like this. Cat, he probably don't like this either. There was a mental and physical toughness that Thibodeau for New York, what he wanted to bring back, he was bringing back the 90s type of mental and physical toughness. Were they out toughed in the Indiana series? A little bit, yes. Yes, I will admit. But Thibodeau, if I was a bad team right now, I'd hire Thibodeau today. Today. Because he's going to change our culture and he's going to help us win. But we're going to fire him because what? He didn't win a championship. If you think this New York Knicks roster is a championship roster, you're out of your flipping mind. They're not a championship roster. They don't have the depth. They just don't have it. We've got a guy in Jalen Brunson who is a superstar, who's great, but is bad on defense. We know this. You got a guy in Cat who is great, but he's bad on defense. We know this. You knew it when you made the trade. We got a guy in Mitchell Robinson who has a lot of qualities, but clogs up the paint and can't make free throws. Again, we know this. You got a guy in Josh Hart who should really be coming off the bench, but has to start because there's nobody else you could put at the 3 or the 4 spot. The Knicks, this is dumb. What are you doing? I was going to look on an outlook. For instance, how would I feel if Rick Carlisle was fired after last year, after getting swept in the conference finals? Tibbs has made progress every single year. By the way, I will mention this. One of the years, it was either his first or second year there, or he had made the playoffs for the last 5 seasons. So it was for his first or second year there. I think it was his second year there. He takes the Knicks to the playoffs, where it's Julius Randle, it's D Rose, it's Alec Burks, it's Quickly, or it's Obi Toppin. And he takes them in the first round. Okay, they get losing 5 games and they don't make the playoffs. They acknowledge the roster was not good enough. They go out and get Jalen Brunson. He's becoming a star. They win a series. They beat Cleveland. Then they lose to Miami in 6 games. That Miami team made the NBA Finals. Then that next year, they go out And again, they win a series. They beat Philly. But they lose to the Pacers because the Pacers have a historical shooting game in Game 7. They finally get over that conference finals hump this year. They lose in 6 games because they don't have enough depth. We're going to fire Tom Thibodeau. Obi Toppin's gone. He didn't really he wasn't really given a chance. The organization gave up on Obi Toppin after 3 years. They traded Emmanuel quickly and Barrett for OG, which, by the way, good trade to get Barrett for OG, but you couldn't have kept quickly. They gave up on Obi Toppin after 3 years. That's not Tibbs' fault. That's the organization. But we want to sit up here and blame Thibodeau and Josh Hart. Brunson had 19 points in Game 6. Halliburton outplayed him. The games that the Pacers won, Halliburton outplayed him. Games 4 and 6, in terms of point guard play in Game 1, he kind of outplayed Brunson. Oh, and by the way, people are talking about Cat for KD. That makes your team worse. We going Cat for KD. Okay, Cat for KD. I want to ask y'all this. Okay, Mitch will play the 5. I guess Josh Hart would go to the bench. Cat for K. That doesn't even make any sense. We're gonna blame Cat. I swear to you, New Yorkers are so dumb. We're gonna blame Cat, right? Okay, Cat was bad on defense. Cat was the reason that the Pacers didn't sweep. He dropped 20 points in the 4th quarter. But we want to get rid of the 2 guys that helped us to get here. God forbid. They act like they have been a winning franchise for the past 25 years. They've sucked outside of these years and a year or 2 with Carmelo Anthony. This franchise has been terrible. Where do you get off of making moves like this, bro? And yes, I'm pissed, even though I'm not really a Knicks fan. And yes, I have been critical of Thibodeau, but I know Thibodeau's a damn good coach. And I know this doesn't make any sense. But we want to sit up here. We're going to blame Tom Thibodeau, Josh Hart, and Cat for the reason the Knicks lost in 6. Okay, we're not going to blame the front office for, not giving them enough depth to work with. We're not going to blame the front office for letting go of Alec Burks, Bojan Bogdanovic, guys that were helping you last year, Dante DiVincenzo. We're not going to blame them. We're going to blame Tibbs. Tibbs is a scapegoat. They built the roster to beat the Boston Celtics, not win an NBA championship. This is a disgrace. This is an embarrassment, and you know it. Was his defensive schemes great at times? No. At other times, they were. But anytime anything goes wrong, you just can't blame Tibbs. Some of it has to go on the players. Blame Mikal Bridges sometimes for not being able to guard Tyrese Halliburton in space. Blame Mitchell Robinson at times for not being able to knock down his free throws. I swear, it's something new. Round 2, Mikal Bridges, he's playing terrible. He won you 2 games, idiots! Now in this round, it's It's Josh Hart. Josh Hart and Towns won you game 3. Oh, well, now it's OG. OG was giving the Pacers so much trouble on the offensive end in this series. What are we talking about? And defensively, okay, he was not the greatest against Pascal Fair. But he was easily y'all third best player in this series. And it wasn't even close. Let me stop doing this. That's whatever. This is an embarrassment. This is a disgrace. And you know it. No, this season nobody's safe, but you would think after making the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years and losing in a hard-fought 6-game series, the Knicks never quit under Thibodeau. Thibodeau would not let them quit. They never quit. You would think that he would at least be kept another year. No, he's gone. The New York Knicks has fired head coach Tom Thibodeau, according to a report from ESPN's Shams Charania. This is from Sports Illustrated. The departure of Thibodeau comes after the Knicks lost in 6 games to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. It was New York's first appearance in the conference finals in 25 years. Thibodeau led the Knicks to the playoffs in 4 of his 5 seasons at the helm, and New York won 50-plus games in consecutive seasons for the first time since the 90s. 67-year-old Thibodeau went 226 and 174 in 5 seasons, 24 and 23 in the postseason. I want to see this. Knicks Josh Hart have 4-word message for Tom Thibodeau after firing. I want to hear this. Forever grateful. Thank you. Wow. 2 wins away from the NBA Finals, and now we're sitting. And this isn't one of those where, okay, they underachieve. Or the roster, they should have got done way more. The Pacers were better. If they had faced Cleveland, I think they'd be going to the NBA Finals, personally. The Knicks became a respectable franchise with him under the helm. But they became a respectable franchise again with him under the helm, but you fired him. This is dumb. This is stupid. I'm sorry. This video's going on YouTube because it's, I mean, and this is from Brett Siegel on NBA, and I think this is good. And he says, can Tom Thibodeau take blame for the Knicks' failure in the postseason? He can 100% take blame for some of the rotation errors and miscues throughout the postseason. However, Thibodeau didn't cause Tyrese Halliburton to hit that magical step back in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals loss. Thibodeau isn't the one who missed free throws in Game 4's loss that could have ultimately shifted to this series. The Knicks constantly progressed as a championship contender in the East, and they took a big step forward with Tibbs as their leader. To me, unless Jay Wright is seriously interested in coaching Brunson, Hart, and Bridges again, only this time for the Knicks, this firing isn't justified in my eyes. It's not justified. It's stupid, and you know it. Is Jay Wright? Well, I thought they were going to get Mike Malone, but it's stupid, and you know. And Mike Malone is this. He's not as stubborn in terms of his rotations, but he is. He's kind of the same, no nonsense, tougher, old school type of coach. Like, I don't know. The Knicks, if the Knicks don't hit a home run here, this is going to look real bad. But this is stupid to me. I'm sorry. It just will be. This it just is stupid. I hate this move. I don't understand it. It's dumb. I'm really trying to I could again, and I have no issue with being wrong. So I've been wrong a lot. So I could be wrong on this, but to me, it just doesn't make this sense. It just doesn't make any sense. All right. This has been Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. This has been my instant reaction to Thibodeau getting fired. The rant, because that's what this was. All right, y'all. Please take care. Stupid. Absolutely stupid.